Me and Blueface are cool, y'all. Blueface was not wrong. The shit that I didn't really watch the clip. If I was sitting in a desktop and really reacting to it, I could really break it down. But Blueface my real friend, y'all. Like, that's really my homie and shit. So when I seen the clip, I took it as like, you know, he like, damn, this nigga don't fuck with me. This nigga ain't come to my baby shower. But I swear on my life, I did not have that nigga number changed. I mean, I ain't had that nigga new number. I'd never had it. So the nigga texts me from a brand new number. I'm telling him, I called him on the phone after the stream. Cause I don't do like the internet shit with my homies and shit. I know he was on the internet, boom, boom, boom. He said what he said, boom. But it was validated on my end because, you know, I have not been tapping in with him like I could have, you know, and that's really my friend and shit. So I took accountability for that. I need to be a better person with responding. I don't know if I showed y'all this before. You think see it? This is bad. I need to fix this. Blueface ain't the only one in there, man. Like, I gotta fix it. Like, people tell me all the time I don't respond, I'm really bad and all this other shit. Me and his situation was different. I didn't have his number saved. But it's just like, I gotta get better with responding.
Okay, DDG. I love this response to Blueface. A lot of people you call enemies probably never had to become enemies. Some of y'all fell out over something that could have been cleared up with a 5-minute conversation. But instead of calling each other, you started assuming. Then the assumptions turned into disrespect. The disrespect turned into distance. And now 2 people who were once cool are walking around acting like they never messed with each other. All because nobody communicated. By the way, welcome back to the Centered Man channel, where we don't just react to the culture, we learn from it. Look at DDG and Blueface. Blueface felt like DDG switched up on him. From his perspective, he had reached out, tried to connect, and DDG wasn't responding. And when you don't have an explanation for somebody's behavior, your mind will usually create one. He acting funny. He thinks he's better than me. Oh, so that's what type of time we're on? Bet. And before you know it, you're responding to an assumption like it's a fact. That's how a lot of beef starts. Not because somebody actually betrayed you, not because somebody actually hates you, but because you filled in the blanks without talking to them. DDG explained that Blue's number had changed. That one piece of information completely changes how you look at the situation. Blue sees unanswered calls. DD sees a random number. Same situation. 2 completely different realities. And that's something we have to understand about conflict. Your perspective isn't always the whole story. You know how something made you feel. You know what it looked like from your side, but you don't always know what was happening on the other side. That's why communication matters. And DDG did something important after Blueface spoke publicly. He's reaching out to his friend. Not another live stream, not just a response video. Not a subliminal post. Not 20 Instagram stories explaining why Blueface was wrong. He picked up the phone, and guess what? They're still going to be cool. Think about how easily that could have gone another way. Especially with this engagement farming circus Blueface is currently running. He popped off publicly. DDG could have responded completely different. Then Blue would respond different. Next thing you know, here comes Dub and Whack 100. Now their friends are involved. The fans are choosing sides. Everybody's clipping videos. Everybody's talking. And suddenly, a misunderstanding has turned into a full-blown beef that neither person even intended to have. We've seen that happen over and over again. And it doesn't just happen with celebrities. We do the same thing in regular life. Your friend doesn't call you back. You assume they're avoiding you. Somebody walks past you without speaking. You assume they're being funny. Your brother doesn't invite you somewhere. You assume it was intentional. Your partner's tone sounds different. Now you're thinking something must be wrong. And instead of asking, we react. That's where the damage happens. Because now you're treating somebody differently based on a story you created in your own head. And they're reacting to your changed behavior without knowing why you changed. Now they're mad at you. You're mad at them. And neither one of you actually knows what the hell happened. A centered man doesn't allow his ego to make decisions before he has information. Sometimes you have to make the call. Sometimes you have to ask that uncomfortable question. Yo, we good? Did I do something? When you said that, what did you mean? I felt like you were moving funny. What's going on? That conversation might feel uncomfortable for 5 minutes, but avoiding it can cost you a relationship you've had for 5 years. And there's another lesson in what DDG said. He didn't just explain himself, because communication isn't only about proving that you weren't wrong. Sometimes you can have a legitimate explanation and still recognize, I could have handled that better. That's maturity. You don't have to make the other person completely wrong in order to acknowledge your part. Some relationships aren't supposed to last forever. Some people really will betray you. Some people really will switch up. And sometimes walking away is absolutely necessary. But make sure you're walking away from what actually happened, not what you assumed happened, and not the story you've created in your head. Before you turn a friend into an enemy, have the conversation. A lot of beef ain't really beef. It's bad communication mixed with too much pride. Repeat after me. I am a centered man. I do not chase, I choose. If you made it this far, you're either a centered man or a centered man lover. Either way, we're locked in now. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.